Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Usman and you are watching Astrological Guide. In today's video, we will talk about Saturn retrograde motion. As we discussed in our monthly prediction video, Saturn is about to turning into its retrograde motion on 17 January 2023 and will stay retrograde till 4 of November 2023. So now let's talk about Saturn retrogression result for every ascendant one by one. First of all, we will talk about Aries ascendant. For Aries ascendant, Saturn controls your 10th house and your 11th house. Right now, for all Aries ascendant people, Saturn is moving in your 11th house. 11th house deal with your friend circle, your network circle, professional network circle, your incoming gains, your profits, your friend circle, your elder siblings, your large organizations. All of this thing is seen from 11th house. And Saturn represents structure, hardworking, sorrow, difficulties. Saturn wants you to do hard work and focus, stay focused and structure in everything. Saturn is slow moving planet. Saturn changes sign in 2.5 years. So for you people who need to take care of your friendship and your professional network circle, because whenever any planet turns into its retrograde motion, its result will be double for that time period. Either the planet was previously giving good result or bad result. But all Aries ascendant, you are lucky people, because right now Saturn is moving in your own sign in 11th house. So you need to take care of your friendship. You may feel isolated and distant from your friend circle after 18 June 2023, because as we discussed, Saturn represents sorrow, detachment, hardship, struggle. Your work after the 18 June, because whenever Saturn wants you to do hard work in anything you are working, Saturn may detach you from your friendships and friend circle, because Saturn wants you to do hard work. When you will do hard work, you don't have any time to do friendship and extra. So that's why we are saying Saturn may distance you from your friend circle. Also, 11th house deal with your elder siblings, and Saturn will be moving in its retrograde motion after 18 June. So guide your elder sibling. There are chances they may have feel disturbance and issues in their life, because Saturn generally represents sorrow, disturbance, hardworking structure. So for all Aries ascendant people, we can expect these results after 18th of June till 4 November 2023. Now let's talk about Taurus ascendant people. For all Taurus ascendant people, Saturn controls your 9th house and your 10th house, and right now Saturn is moving in your 10th house in the sign of Aquarius. On 18 June 2023, Saturn will turn into its retrograde motion and will stay in retrograde motion till 4 November 2023 in your 10th house. Whenever any planet turns into its retrograde motion, its result will be double. Either it was previously giving good result or bad result. But right now Saturn is moving in your 10th house. 10th house represents your work environment, nature of your work colleague, your authority, your power, your fame. Saturn represents structure, hardworking, sorrow, and Saturn wants you to do hard work, responsibility. All the burden is seen from Saturn. Saturn gives you responsibility. Saturn wants you to do hard work. And 10th house related to work, and Saturn shows responsibilities. Also, you need to take care of your relationship with your bosses, because Saturn is karmic planet and you're moving in your 10th house, in your authority house, in your workplace. So you need to take care of your bosses, with your relationship with your bosses. If you face any disturbance, argument, you avoid these arguments at your workplace till Saturn is moving in retrograde motion, because there are chances your superior may give you hard time after 18 June till the 4 of November 2022, because Saturn were moving in retrograde motion after that. So we can expect these results for all the Taurus ascendant people when Saturn will turn into its retrograde motion. Now let's talk about Gemini. For all Gemini ascendant people, Saturn controls your 8th house and your 9th house, and right now Saturn is moving in your 9th house. Saturn on 18 June 2023 will come into its retrograde motion and will stay retrograde till 4th of November. Ninth house deal with your father, teachings of your father, your teachers, your mentors, your religious knowledge, your higher knowledge means your postgrad education, your long distance travel also seen from ninth house. So whenever any planet turns into its retrograde motion, its effects will be double. Either it was previously giving good result or bad result. So we can expect after 18 June, you may involve a lot in the religious activities, or you may go to foreign travel. Maybe you will go to the pilgrimage because Saturn is the lord of your ninth house, which is moving in the ninth house and is retrograde and will be moving in its retrograde motion. So we can expect during the retrogradation time of Saturn, you may travel a lot, or you may have the hardship or responsibility regarding your education if you are doing some higher studies in your life. So we can expect these results for all the Gemini ascendant people, but for sure you will incline toward the religion and religious activity after 18th of June. So we can expect these results for all Gemini ascendant people. Now let's talk about Cancer ascendant people. For all Cancer ascendant people, Saturn controls your 7th house and your 8th house, and right now Saturn is moving in your 8th house in Aquarius sign. 18 June 2023, Saturn will turning into its retrograde motion and will stay retrograde till 4 November 2023. Whenever any planet turns into its retrograde motion, its effect will be double. Either it was previously giving good result or bad result. So we can expect 8th house deal with sudden events, your longevity, chronic diseases, your transformation in life, your in-laws, etc. etc. Saturn is very slow moving planet. So 8th house is not considered as very good house in astrology as compared to other houses. But Saturn perform very well in 8th house because all the malefics perform very good in malefic houses, and Saturn is a malefic planet. When Saturn will turn into retrograde motion, you may feel some disturbance issues, and you may have sudden transformation in your life. Especially if you are married, you may face some disturbance and issues regarding your in-laws because 8th house deal with in-laws. There is also a positive result of Saturn in 8th house when Saturn will move into its retrogradation is that Saturn slow down the your chronic diseases and your longevity means Saturn gives very healthy and long life in 8th house because 8th house also deals with chronic diseases, and Saturn is slow moving planet, so Saturn will slow down the process of chronic disease, and maybe you will feel cure after 18th of June till 4 of November. So we can expect these results for all the Cancer ascendant people. Now let's talk about Leo ascendant. For all the Leo ascendant people, Saturn controls your 6th house and your 7th house. And right now Saturn is moving in your 7th house. On 18 June 2023, Saturn will come into its retrograde motion and will stay retrograde till 4 November 2023. Seventh house deal with your marriage partner, your spouse, your business partnership, your relationship in general is seen from seventh house. And Saturn is a karmic planet. Saturn represents hardworking, Saturn represents focus, Saturn represents structure. So we can expect you may face differences in your marriage or with your spouse after 18th of June because whenever any planet move in retrograde motion during that time its effect will be double, and Saturn is not considered very good in 7th house because 7th house is the marriage and Saturn is a dry planet. Saturn will create dryness in your relationship. So we can expect these results from Saturn for all the Leo ascendant people when Saturn will moving into its retrograde motion. Now let's talk about Virgo ascendant. For all Virgo ascendant, Saturn controls your 5th house and your 6th house, and right now Saturn is moving in your 6th house. Saturn just come in your 6th house on 17 January 2023. Before that, Saturn was moving in your 5th house in the sign of Capricorn. But now, on 18 June 2023, Saturn is about to turn into its retrograde motion. So, whenever any planet turns into its retrograde motion during that time period, its effect will be double. Either it was previously giving good result or bad result. So we can expect after 18 June you may have some disturbance issues and health issues, especially because sixth house deal with your health. So we can expect after 18th of June till 4th November 2023, you need to be very careful regarding your health issues. If you are previously having some disease, you need to cure that, or at least you need to meet your doctor before 18th June 2023, so that if you feel any disturbance regarding your health after 18th of June, so you need to take your doctor's appointment as soon as possible before 18th of June 2023. So we can expect these results for all Virgo ascendant people. But also one thing important to remember here is that Saturn also controls your fifth house, and fifth house deals with your children, your love relationship, your mental abilities, your planning abilities. So you may found some disturbance after 18 June 2023 because sixth house is not considered as very good house in astrology. Somehow problem, disturbance and issues are always associated with sixth house. So you need to be very careful after 18 June about your children's and your love relationship and also your health. As we discussed previously, sixth house also deals with your health issues. So we can expect these results after 18 June when Saturn will come into its retrograde motion. Now let's talk about Libra ascendant. For all Libra ascendant, Saturn controls your fifth house and your fourth house, and right now Saturn is moving in your fifth house. Fourth house deal with your home, your mother, your emotions, your peace, your vehicle, your property matters and happiness, and all the matters related to your home, physical home where you live is seen from fourth house. All the matters related to your mother's and your mother's health also seen from fourth house. Your homeland related matters seen from fourth house. And fifth house deal with your children's, your love relationship, your mental abilities, your planning abilities, your early education. So right now Saturn is moving in your fifth house in the sign of Aquarius. Saturn in fifth house doesn't consider it as very bad position for Saturn because fifth house deal with mental abilities, planning ability, and Saturn is a slow moving planet. Saturn will give you maturity in your thinking because fifth house deal with your mental abilities, and Saturn is a very karmic and slow moving planet. Saturn give result according to your deeds. So when Saturn will come into its retrograde motion, you need to be very careful regarding your fun activities because fifth house also deals with fun activities, and Saturn doesn't like to having fun. So you need to be very focused in your studies if you are in education life, because till graduation is seen from fifth house. If you are currently in education life, you need to be very careful regarding your studies. You need to be very focused and structured in your studies so that Saturn will make relieve its bad aspects upon you, because Saturn is naturally malefic planet. Saturn is not a benefic planet in astrology. So you need to be very careful regarding all of these matters which we have just discussed. Now let's talk about Scorpio ascendant. For all Scorpio ascendant, Saturn controls your third house and your fourth house. And right now Saturn is moving in your fourth house in the sign of Aquarius. As we discussed previously in Libra ascendant, fourth house deals with your mother, your mother's relation, your mother's health, your happiness, your home related matters, your property matters, your vehicles, and all the conveniences you have in life, all the comforts you have in your life is seen from fourth house. Third house deal with your communication, your efforts, your cousins, neighbors, your mainly your communication skills is seen from third house. And right now Saturn is moving in 11th house in the sign of Aquarius. Saturn will turn into its retrograde motion in your fourth house on 18 June 2023 and will stay retrograde till 4 November 2023. And whenever any planet turns into its retrograde motion, its effect will be double on during that time period. Either it was previously giving good result or bad result. But there is a good news for you people, because your Saturn is in 4th house, and Saturn in 4th house in its own sign is not considered bad position for Saturn. So we can expect good result in retrogression of Saturn for all the Scorpio ascendant people. If you are previously planning to buy some property or make some property, this time you may have chance to buy that property, or you will buy some property during Saturn retrogression time, because Saturn is very strong in your 4th house, and whenever, as we discussed previously, whenever any planet turn retrograde, its effect will be double. Either it was previously giving good result or bad result. So we can expect for you people, you will have very good result in Saturn retrograde motion. So we can expect these results for all Scorpio ascendant. Now let's talk about all the Sagittarius ascendant people. For all Sagittarius ascendant people, Saturn controls your 2nd house and your 3rd house. And right now Saturn is moving in your 3rd house in the sign of Aquarius. 3rd house deal with your communication, your efforts, your neighbors, your childhood friends, your hobbies. All of these things you've seen from all of these things is seen from 3rd house, but mainly your communication and your communication skills is seen from 3rd house. 2nd house deal with your family, family lineage, family history, family values, your saving, family's wealth, family asset, family's assets, your assets, all the saving you have in any form, in jewelry form or in money form, is seen from 2nd house. Your speech is seen from 2nd house. Your food intake habits are seen from 2nd house. So right now Saturn is moving in 3rd house in its own sign, and on 18 June 2023, Saturn will come into its retrograde motion and will stay retrograde till 4 November 2023 in your 3rd house. So we can expect you have to face many struggle, you have to do many struggle, many efforts in any work you are doing, because 3rd house represent efforts and Saturn also represent effort, structure, putting efforts in anything, doing hard working. Saturn likes to do these things, Saturn loves these things. So right now moving in your 3rd house, so we can expect Saturn will make you do a lot of effort. Maybe if right now you are working 10 hours a day, in when Saturn will turn retrograde, you will have to work 15 hours a day, because Saturn will create such type of situations in your life, because Saturn loves to do these things. And whenever any planet turn into its retrograde motion, its effect will be double. Either previously it was giving good result or bad result. So we can expect these results for all the Sagittarius ascendant people after Saturn will turn into its retrograde motion. Now let's talk about Capricorn ascendant. For all Capricorn ascendant people, Saturn controls your ascendant, means Saturn is your 1st house lord and your 2nd house lord. And right now Saturn is moving in your 2nd house in the sign of Aquarius. 1st house deal with you, your personality, and all aspects of your life can be seen from 1st house. Your overall health is seen from 1st house, and your nature, your personality, you is seen from 1st house. And 2nd house deal with your family, family lineage, family history, family values, your assets, family wealth, your savings, your speech, your food intake habits. All of these things is seen from 2nd house. And right now Saturn is moving in your 2nd house in its own sign, means in Aquarius sign. But on 18 June 2023, Saturn will come into its retrograde motion, and whenever any planet moving in retrograde motion, its effect on Earth will be double. Either it was previously giving bad result or good result. So we can expect you may have some disturbance regarding your family values, your savings, or your money matters, but Saturn is present in its own sign. So we can expect you may have some disturbance, but you will tackle them with slowly with the passage of time, because Saturn will stay retrograde about 3 to 4 months in your 2nd house till 4 November 2023. So try to save money during the time when Saturn is retrograde, because retrograde motion, Saturn will give you opportunities to save money. You may not like to spend a lot during Saturn retrograde motion. So we can expect these results from Saturn for all the Capricorn ascendant. Now let's talk about all the Aquarius ascendant people. For all Aquarius ascendant people, Saturn controls your 12th house and your first house, and right now Saturn is moving in your first house. Means your ascendant is very strong right now. Saturn is very positive planet for you people because Saturn is your ascendant lord. So on 18 June 2023, Saturn will come into its retrograde motion and will stay retrograde till 4 November 2023. So for you people, we can expect very positive result in Saturn retrograde motion because Saturn is your ascendant lord and right now Saturn is moving in your ascendant. So we can expect positive result for you people in regards to your health, your overall aspects of life. Saturn will give you strength and maturity to do hard work in anything. Saturn will somehow make you stubborn because Saturn represents stubbornness, but your ascendant is right now in very strong position, so we can expect positive result in Saturn retrograde motion for you people. If previously you are trying to move abroad from your homeland, during this time Saturn will give you opportunity to move from your homeland because Saturn also controls your 12th house and 12th house deal with foreign settlements. So we can expect these results in Saturn retrograde motion for all the Aquarius ascendant people. Now let's talk about all the Pisces ascendant people. For all Pisces ascendant people, Saturn controls your 12th house and your 11th house. And right now Saturn is moving in your 12th house in its own sign, mean in Aquarius sign. And on 18 June 2023, Saturn will come into its retrograde motion in your 12th house. Saturn in 12th house considered very well. Saturn doesn't give bad result in 12th house. 12th house deal with isolation, spirituality, losses, expenses, foreign related matters, and outer space is seen from 12th house. All the things out of the world is seen from 12th house. Your subconscious mind is seen from 12th house. Ghost activity means paranormal activities are seen from 12th house. Hospitalization, laboratories, asylums, all of these things where you are isolated, where you feel isolated from the world is seen from 12th house. So your 12th house lord is right now moving in 12th house, but on 18 June 2023, Saturn will come into its retrograde motion, and whenever any planet turn into its retrograde motion, its effect will be double. Either previously it was giving positive result or negative result. So we can expect for you people after 18 June, you will start taking some interest in spirituality because Saturn in 12th house represents spirituality. Saturn is a very karmic planet. Saturn gives result according to your deeds. So we can expect you will have some spiritual interest after 18 June 2023. And also if you are trying to move from your birthplace to another country for permanent settlement during this time after 18 June 2023, you may have some chances to move abroad because your 12th house lord is right now moving in 12th house. Means your 12th house is very strong position. Your foreign land house is very strong position. It also controls your 11th house, which represent gains. So you may have gains after 18th of June till 4 November 2023 from foreign land. You may have some earning from foreign land, or you will try to move permanently from your homeland to foreign land. So we can expect these results for all the Pisces ascendant people after Saturn will turn into its retrograde motion. So we can expect these results for all the ascendant after Saturn will come into its retrograde motion. So our today's video ends here. I hope you will like this video and this video will prove helpful for you. And if you find this video helpful, then please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. See you in next video. Till that, Allah Hafiz. Take care.